Hey y'all, so previous to this time, I had only practiced the harmonica for maybe 3 to 5 hours, just like picking it up and not really intentionally practicing it. But for the last 30 days, I practiced the harmonica for an hour each day to see what I could do with some actual intentional practice. So this is where I started. And this is where I ended up. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed the harmonica, and again, I made the same mistake I've made for many different instruments in that I underestimated the instrument. This is an incredible, versatile, flexible, just powerful instrument, and I thought, no big deal, just the harmonica, like how hard could it be? Mind blown. There's so much you can do with the harmonica, and I'm actually kind of surprised. I'm really surprised at the difficulty of the technique. There are the note bending and the overblows, and there's so many things about it that a talented harmonica player knows that you take for granted as a listener. But trust me, it's a tricky instrument to learn. And fortunately, I was able to learn some of it, and I wanted to share a resource with you that really helps you learn the harmonica if you're interested, if you stick around. So this year, I had this crazy goal to practice a different instrument every month for the entire year of 2020. And I started in November of last year. And so this month, I've practiced 12 different instruments in 12 different months. And it's been such a fun journey. And I have been trying to share many of the lessons I learned to help people who are trying to get into instruments. And for those of you who are like me, who just want to play music for fun. And so if you're interested in music and instruments and want to play music for fun, then make sure you subscribe to this channel. My goal is to make it easy for new beginners to pick up these instruments. What I was able to learn, I was able to figure out many different techniques, and I learned you draw air in and you blow air out to get the different notes. And I knew that already, but there's many different techniques that you can do to change the shape of how you actually play the notes. Now, there's this instrument. It has 10 holes. This is a 10-hole diatonic harmonica. There are multiple types, but this is probably one of the more common variety that you'll see. And what I learned is that you can play more notes than the harmonica is tuned to through techniques called, bending. And so if you draw air in a certain way, like I can't even describe it. It's such a strange technique, but if you shape your mouth just right and you draw air in forcefully, then the note will occasionally bend. I say occasionally because not all of the notes respond to the same. It's very tricky. You have to use different techniques for different holes in the harmonica. So some notes to bend the note, you push air out and you shape your mouth just right, and you can achieve different notes. So all notes are possible to be played on the diatonic harmonica, and I say that because it's you would think that what's the big deal, but know that the instrument is only made to play 7 notes, like out the gate. There's only 7 notes available, but using bending you can play all 12, all up and down the harmonica if you learn that tricky technique. I also learned that there are so many different approaches to using the harmonica. You can play it rhythmically and you can play it melodically, and they're completely different styles of playing. Just like guitar, where you can play rhythm guitar or you can play melody and solos and stuff like that. The harmonica has that same dynamic where you can approach the playing of it, in completely different ways. I think that probably as a beginner, it's one of the easiest instruments to make sound, because you just blow air out through the instrument and draw air in. Like, it doesn't get much easier than that. But the techniques to actually do any advanced, such as bending the notes, or even just the chugging and blocking some holes and not blocking others, it is actually probably one of the more challenging. So the learning curve has a sharp change in the learning curve really quickly if you decide to get into it. But if you're just trying to play the basic song, it's a very easy and approachable instrument and super fun. I had an incredible resource as I was going through to learning the harmonica, using Ben Hewlett's. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name, but I'll make sure and post a link to this in the description to the course I was taking. Phenomenal. I'm going to make a review for the course later, but he is super comprehensive and talks about every aspect of the harmonica that you could think of, answering questions you didn't even know you had. Really great course, and I totally recommend it if you want to pick up the harmonica. And it's great even for being able to pick and choose. Like, if you are looking for playing the harmonica in just a certain way for a certain style, he has it broken up into different courses so that you can, pick and choose what you want to learn and leave the rest if you want. Or if you want to learn it all, you can take all of his little mini courses within this one big course. So make sure and check that out if you're interested in learning the harmonica. This next month, I'm going to be learning something that I have been doing for since I was like 13, 14 years old, which is beatboxing. And I know I'm like in my 30s and beatboxing seems to be for the younger crowd, but as I've been learning different instruments, there's many times where beatboxing really can add a lot of dynamic flair to any style of instrument, and even the harmonica. And I've been finding I need to really intentionally study. Now, this is the thing, is like beatboxing, I've done it for a very long time, but I've never really intentionally practiced. And so I'm going to do my best to try and intentionally practice beatboxing, and we'll see if I can learn anything in 30 days. If you haven't already, make sure and check out this video. Thanks for watching.